So to read Excel file, suppose let me have an Excel sheet over here. Okay, and let me name it as a test data, and you can see its type is XLSX. Okay, so I'll be reading XLSX format, and you can see if you want to save it as some other format, you can do it. You can save it as a XLX format. You can save it as CSV format. Okay. You can just yeah, CSV is different. CSV is a comma separated file. Okay, so once you save as, okay, and while you're saving, it will say save as type Excel workbook, and you can see a lot of options available. Okay, yes, yes, not CSV. Now let it be like Excel is just showing you this thing. Okay, and once you save it this format, Excel 97 to 2003, 2003, this will be saved as XLS format. 97 to 2003, this is the older one. Okay, and there is a macro enabled worksheet. Okay, and there are a lot of types of formats available. So let me uh, create one data username, password. Okay, so let me just give some username over here. Would be password is equal to pass1, the pass2, okay, and then let it be something Ravi, pass3, Vijay, pass4. Okay, so these are the data that I want to read it, fine, from this Excel. Fine. So what I'll be doing is in my, okay, fine, let me just create one class. I have created one class Excel reader .java, and also I have referenced these three Apache POI jar files, okay, from external jar. Now let's create one, let's invoke one class that will read our Excel file first. So what we'll have to do is first file input stream, because once you want to read any particular file, you need to write file input stream. Okay, then Excel equals new file input stream, and you need to give the path. Okay, here you need to provide the path of that particular Excel path, and let me just give the path from here. Okay, copy this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. From where? Okay, the same way, like you need to create one folder over here. Okay, and yes, you can just create one folder. Okay, here you can write the test data folder name. Once the folder is created, you can put all the go to that folder in your drive, then copy paste that over here, that Excel file. Okay, yes, you can go to drive here, then here just create that Excel file. Yes. Okay, so I have created. Yes, yes, you can see, right? So what is saying, default constructor cannot handle uh, one second. Okay, one more thing. Sorry, I need to write because you cannot define anything outside a function over here in the globally. We can declare the things, but we cannot define it, right? So here within this for loop, we can add it. Fine. Let me have try catch block. Fine. So now you have this file's path as a file. So it recognizes this particular file as a and this path as a file. So the next step would be what to do. The next step would be I want to open the workbook of this Excel workbook. This is a thing. Okay, this is a workbook. Now, once I create an object of this particular Excel sheet, it will open like this way. There is no sheet, there is no column, there is no row present. Only the object instance. Okay, this one. Once I create object of Excel file, it will open like this way in internally, but we will not see it. But internally, it will open up like this, a blank, this thing, Excel. Yes, I have just this particular sheet I have just minimizes. Okay, so suppose there is no Excel sheet is present. So once workbook. Yes, after that we'll create one Excel sheet. So once I create Excel sheet, this will come into picture. Okay, this will come into picture, but this tab will be there, but there would be no row and column. All will be blank. Yes, next sheets, and then next would be a row and column. Yeah. So this is the flow. Fine. So for that, let me just give this thing Excel workbook. So we have we used XLS file, right? We use dot XLSX file. Okay. For XLSX, we need to use XSSF, then workbook or whatever. And for dot XLS, what we need to use is we use HSSF workbook. Just remember this thing. Okay. But in our case, in Selenium, while we'll be creating an Excel reader, a utility file, in that time will dynamically will handle, like if it is XLS, automatically it will go with HSSF, and if it is XLSX, then it will automatically go with XSSF. Oh yeah, we'll write that one in dynamic way. Fine. Now what I'll be doing, XSSF, okay, workbook, WB equal to new XSSF workbook, and within that workbook what I'll be doing, I'll be passing this, let me just first input. Okay, you can see it's coming from this Apache POI XSSF user model, so just import that, and now you need to pass this Excel path, this file path. Fine. And it will give you another. So what I'll be doing, add exception. Okay, I'll be adding another exceptions over here. Okay. Fine. And then after that, after creating object of the workbook, what we need to do, create sheet object. All right. So what we'll be doing, I'll be creating WB dot. You can see there are a lot of methods available. Okay. Add a tool pack, a lot of things for macro, for a lot of things present in Excel. This Apache POI, get package, um, get spreadsheet version, get style, lot of things are there. Okay, so what I'll be doing, get, I'll be writing get the active sheet index that will give you the active sheet index like 0 1 2 3 something, but my intention is to get the sheet. Okay, there are a lot of things, right? You can see this one, the first one is more relevant, and get sheet using index also we can do, like using index and using sheet index. Okay, yeah, sheet name. So what is the sheet name? Sheet 1 should be there. Let me just check. It should be sheet 1. This one, sheet name, right? Or you can by index. This one, sheet 1 means it is index is 0. This is index is 1, and this is index is 2. Something like that. It is starting from 0. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, now go to this and sheet, and here I'll be giving the sheet name. Fine. Once I get the sheet, let me save this in some variable so that we can reuse those sheet name. So for that, so what I'll be using is SSF sheet. Okay, what I'll be writing, SSF sheet, sheet equal to this, and let me just import this. Fine. So now you have a sheet object, Fine. So what next will be done? I'll be creating a row for that, right? Because seed is done. It is coming from, you can see this seed is coming from Apache POI class. It is a class present in the jar. All right. If you hover on that, this element neither has, okay. Okay, it is coming from this package. Okay, this package, this org Apache POI XSS user model. XSS. This is the XSS sheet is a class. Okay, you can see C means it's a class. Okay, if it is I, then it is interface. Yeah, we can have an object of sheet object. This is the object. Okay, object reference. So we can reuse those things somewhere. So what? How we can use this to get the cell data? Our intention is to read cell of value for this one, username and password and all. Right. So what we'll be doing? Let me just create a row first, right? Fine. So how to do that? Sheet name dot, because a row is already there. We don't have to add, right? We need to get the cell value, right? So how to do that? Yeah. Get first a row, then we need to go to the cell. It's step by step, right? You can see there. Yeah. Get a row, get row, get row. Okay. And in get a row, it is saying enter row number. You need to provide the row number from here. Fine. Yeah. Any row number means so which row you want to read. Okay, suppose it is also starting from 0, 0, 1, 2. Suppose I want to read this row. Okay, this row data only, so it should be 1. I'll be providing here 1. Fine. Row, not yeah, it will contain the whole row data. Okay, this will this particular, but I want to specifically I go to this row, then I'll be iterating through this cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4, something like that. Whatever cell or column it has, it will go again within that. So we need to use two for loop for this. All right, to iterate it. We'll see now. So now I have this row, and then I need to get the cell 1 value, this one. So yeah, cell 1, cell 2, we can do get cell. Now I need to write get cell, right? Row is done, then get cell. All right, so cell also, that cell is 0. Fine. So this is my username, right? So that you can, it will start from 0, 0, 0. Okay, because this particular is 0, 0, this is 1, 0, this is 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, this cell value coordinates, right? And this one is a 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Yes, if it is a second one, okay, I am reading this one. Okay, so this should be 1, 0, the first 1, 0. Then second one is 1, 1, 1, right? This is 1, 2, 1, 3. So I'm reading this value. So what would be 1, 0, right? So yes, 1, 0, 1, 0, right? This one would be 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, right? Got it? String username. Get cell. Then we need to, once you get the cell, you need to do one more thing. Get cell string cell value. You need to convert whatever present within that to in the string. Get string cell value. This will return you a string. All right. So similar thing for password. What I'll be writing for password for the same data. What I'll be writing here, the row would be 1, cell would be 0 or 1. You can see this one. What would be the, yeah, this value I want this because sorry, pass one, right? This one, yeah, 0 1. Sorry, what was that? 1, row 1, and this is a 0. Okay, we got 1 0 1 0. This value I want password for this, so 1 1, right? This is 1, so cell value would be 1. Fine. Okay, if I want to print this value, let me print this. Yeah, I would say username is, okay, okay. Then I'll be writing one more thing. Okay, so what I'll be writing here is password. Fine. So if I run this, it should return me this value from the Excel. Okay, let's see. It is giving some exceptions. So it is saying some error, class not found error, this error, no class definition found error. Maybe some error in that thing, that Apache POI. Need to check because it's saying Apache POI XML bins, no class definition found, XML exception. Oh, okay. I think I need to add one more jar files. Let's see. Okay, so converting this project to Maven. Okay, so now we have added some dependencies in form.xml. Okay, so what are the dependencies that we have added? The first one is POI. Okay, and there is a POI XML, and this is POI Scratchpad. Then POI XML schemas. Then the other one is commons hyphen io. So these are the dependencies that we have added for accelerating, right? Okay, so that document you mean to say? Sure, I'll do that. Okay, now you can see the result is username is Prithvi and password is pass1, and it is coming from this one. All right. Prithvi and Paswan. So now next step our is how to read all the values present within this Excel, right? The next goal is, all right, how to do this. Okay, so to read all the data present within that, what we can do, we can use for loop, correct? So let's see how we can iterate through each row, okay, and we can read the values. Fine. For that, we need to know how many rows already present within that. All right. So for that, let me just create a function. Yes, yes. We need to know how many columns or rows. Sorry, rows are present within this, right? Okay. So 4 rows. I mean, this five, including this header, right? Yes, we can do. Yeah, we can do that. So how to do this? So there is a method present in this Apache POI sheet dot get last row number. Okay, so that will give you this row number, this fifth. Okay, so total row number row is how many? Four, fifth, right? Five row is present. So that will return you five, and it will its return time you can see is int type. So int, you can name it as row count. Okay, the row count is this. Fine. So the next step is what need to be done. Row count we know, row count is no, so for we need to use for loop, right? For int I equals 1, right? Why? Because 1, because we want to read data from 1, right? Not the 0. This one 0, this one is 1. All right, 1. Yes, yes. A row is 0, starting from 0 0, right? 0 0. So I equal to 1, i less than, or yes, row count, right? Row count, then I plus plus. All right, so we have a for loop. So within that, what need to be written? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Fine. So what I'll be writing is uh, same value, right? Same thing, just copy. Instead of here, let me put all the things in here. Okay. So you can see which value is varying if I write both. All right. So you can see which one is varying. This row 1 and get row 1, right? Cell 0, cell 1, cell 0, cell 1. This means column 0, column 1, column 0, column 1. This one. Fine. So we are into the row. First in the row. Okay. So now we need to use another for loop. Why? Because we also need to, because we got this row 1 and it will iterate through this row 1, row 2. Okay, this one in the second for loop it will go to here, and this will go to here, and this will go to here till here. This for loop is responsible. This for loop is responsible for iterating through this one, this one, this one, this one. But our goal is, in the row 1 also we want to iterate through this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, something like that, right? So for that I need to use another for loop. When I am selecting this one, okay, whole one, I'll be also iterating through each cell. All right. So for that, I need to use another for loop. All right. First for loop will do. It will iterate. It will come to here only. So second second time it will come to here. Third time it will come to here. Fourth time it will come to here. Not the value. It will just iterate through rows, not the values, right? So for values, we need to go to each value like this in the column wise, right? Okay, it's like kind of 2D array. Okay, fine. So for that, what I need to write is another for loop for, okay, int j equal to 0. I'll be iterating from 0, each row from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, something, right? So 0. Okay. So yes, j. Yeah, here another concept. J is less than what? I need to write. There is another thing. What I need to write is sit. Uh, mhm. Yes, here I need to write how many column is being used, because how many column you want to iterate, because here there is two column only, right? 0 and 1. Suppose if I have another column, I have another column. Suppose I have another column. So I need to know how many columns you need to iterate through, right? Yes, yes, yes. There is another get last column, integer column, right? So that you can put here the condition here in the second for loop that we want to iterate till this. Let's put all these things. Okay. So j less than, what I need to write is sit dot get row, get row number. So row number is I. Okay. So I got the row, the first row. Then get first cell number. Okay, you can say get first cell number, and I want get last cell number, right? This one. Got it? That means you can say I'm giving here I means the current cell. Okay, so this one will first select what? It will select this one, this whole. All right. So the first row. So here also I'm getting the first row. Okay, the current row. In current row, what is the last cell number it is being used? Okay, got it? That means how many cell? Yeah, yeah. Let me show you. Suppose it contains 5 or maybe any value, and suppose it is written only 2. Okay, sorry, not this one. So you can see the first, this one is contain 1 2 3 4 5 value, and this one contain 7 value, this contain 2, this contain 3. So each column also contain different values, different number of cells present within each row. All right. So for the first one, you mean to say the first this thing, right? So we have written a row count already. We have written over here. All right. Get last row number. Yeah. Okay. So we cannot, right? So because how you can define like which rows last cell you want, right? Suppose it will give if you give for example, this one is the highest one. This contains 7 cell number, right? This row, but different cell contain different number of columns, right? So for each cell, when I come to this cell, it will I want to get the cell number of cell present within this. When I come to this fourth row, I want to get the number of cell present within this. When I come to this particular, I'll return this 3 cell value present. So like that way, if I get, I don't know like which row I am going to execute, and if I directly just say get last cell value, so what it will give? It will not, because it will confusing like which row you want last row, right? Because each row contains cells, right? And but in our first one, this one, sheet dot get last row over this one, sheet dot get last row number. So the sheet contain rows, right? The number of rows. Okay. So if I get sheet dot get last row used, this one is used last row, it will return that. But if I say seed dot get last cell used, okay, how it how it will give you? Yeah, it will, suppose it will give you this one 7. So so for it will, if it is giving 7, so you want to iterate 7 times for each, though the value is not present over here. Again you need to iterate, right? When you come to the fifth row, it will iterate for this, and this. But there is no value. So no point of using 7, iterating till 7, right? Got it? So for that, what I used is for each column, sorry, each row, when I come to this row, then I'll get what is the last cell used in this row. It will return me 5. So it will iterate till 5 here, till here. And for when it come to this third, it will go iterate and 7 times to here, till here. So for this it will iterate till second. Got it? So now I is less than get row last row number used, then j plus plus. All right, any doubt? And within that I need to write another for loop. Fine. So now I'll be writing this thing. Okay, now sit, get a row, which row it is? A row is I, right? I means the first row, second row. Okay, when it iterates to first row, so cell is z, and it will get string cell value, so it will uh, get the cell value, and I'll be saving it the data. Okay, and let's print this data each time. So I'll be printing data. Fine, got it right? J is the column. Each row. Suppose this is the row one. Okay, suppose this is row one and it has 5 columns. So this for loop will iterate 5 times. After 5 times, it will again go to the second row in this for loop. Okay, and then doing the same thing again, it will go to the third. This will for row, iterate for row number, and this for loop will iterate for column, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is okay, fine. So what it will do is it will suppose the first iteration. This is j I equal to 1. Okay, I sorry I equals 1. Fine. That means the column is 1. Sorry, a row is 1. Okay, this is 1. This is 0. This is 1. Right? This is 1. I equal to 1. Now column equal to 0. J equal to 0. Right? So j equal to 0 means which one? Uh, in mm-hmm, Prithvi. It should print Prithvi. So in first iteration, right? In first iteration, it should print Prithvi. Fine. And then okay, so j equal to 0. This means 0. So it will come to here. I equal to 1, j equal to 0. And this one, yes, I means the row 1. Row 1. In row 1, okay, in row 1, what is the last cell used? It will return you 5. This one is 5. This condition is 5. J should less than 5. And here, j less than 5. Alright, got it? This one, got it? And he, c dot get row, this one, that means, yes, that means sheet dot get row. Then it will get the row number, right? What we are doing previously, we did something called this thing. Sheet dot get row one we have given over here, right? One or zero. One and cell equal to 0. We have given like this way, right? To get the value. But that was hard coded. Now we have used dynamic value. I and j equal to cell number equal to j. That means this row number I am giving here I equal to 1. Now this value is equal to 1. Got it? And j equal to 0. Fine. 1 0 value. First iteration it will give 1 0. 1 0 means which one? 1 0. Prithvi it will give. All right. And the second, okay, it will again it will go to this loop because j now plus plus, right? J now is plus plus. That means j in the second iteration j becomes 1. Got it? It will go to here. J equal to now 1 and it will check whether j less than 5 because we already know j the last cell value used in row 1 because we are not going to change here I, right? Now we are within this for loop. Got it? Which one? That thing also. Um, where I have written that or not? Maybe I just removed this thing. Sorry. Mm, but this will go on. Fine. What I'll be doing, let me paste this first. Then again I'll do this. Okay, I'll do that. No, it's easy. It needs some practice. That's it. Okay. Control Z. No, yes. This is only one time setup, right? So you don't have to, write each time. You just write one logic and put it in a Excel reader file, and you don't have to, write these logics again and again. Okay. Just you need to. Yes, yes, yes. You can just call those things to read data and okay, to set the data and all. So that is very simple. So now you can see this value, right? These are our present. Fine. So what I'll be doing is, let me just again paste those things back from for loop from here. Yeah, yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why this error? Mm-hmm. Mm, 1 second. For this, I need to provide. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, great. Great. Monthly, right? And in here, this thing, right? You got it, right? So j less than 5. That means the first row will uh, iterate till 5 time. This one, all right. Then this 5 time is finished. That means when I is greater than 6, it try to, because j plus plus, right? When it try to make the j value as 6, it will fail here. In this condition, fail for loop. In this condition, will false. Okay, the condition will false, so it again go to this particular row. sorry, this will go to this particular for loop. Okay, the second for loop. Yes, we will try. Let's see. If I try to print the value, let's see what value is printing. See, Prithvi pass 1, Champati pass 2, Ravi pass 3. All right, fine. Why? Because we have not saved this particular this thing already. Let me. Yes, but if it is like if you want to write something, so you must close this particular thing. Okay, particular worksheet. If you want to just read it, no writing, so it's fine. Like it will work. You can see now it's printing all. Once I saved it, it's printing all value. Fine. And I can write one more thing here. Value is this. Value is, and from row number I'm just wanted to print. How to print the row number? Okay, I'll be printing I. Okay, and the value is this value. Right now, run it. Okay, a row is one. Okay, this all are coming from one. You can see. Okay, I'll make it one more readable. You can see it is coming from row 1. All the values till here it is coming from row 1, and value is this, and this is coming from row 2. Okay, this. Okay, this all, and this all coming from row 3, because in the row 3, okay, 1 2 1 2 3, because 4, I think we have written something wrong over here. It is, it should be less than or equals. Okay, it is going to include this value as well. Fine. So let's see. It now it should return me all the values present in that. Again, you can say this fourth row is also getting displayed. Got it? How it works? The first for loop, the second for loop. Okay. In the next, we'll see. We'll create some reusable function to create how to get this data and set the data. This is for reading, and for writing. Okay. For writing, we'll see. Writing is quite complex. We'll see. Writing is quite more complex. Okay. We'll see it in the next session. Fine. Excel data. Fine. Now I think it's